Hey Wolfpack, how's it going? Well, it's Wednesday. Check it off the list. The week is halfway over, even though every day kind of feels like the same. I just want to say hi. Say if you've never been here before, say hi, say where you're from. I'm working on quite a few things in the office today. If you can tell, there's a little bit of a mess behind me. So I'm just going to check one thing here. Okay, looks like we're good. So you guys, let me know. Can you hear me? See me? I know I'm wearing the Shirley, my Shirley dress with leggings. Why not, right? You got to dress up every once in a while. Actually, I just finished working out and I thought, you know what, I better put something else on. Are you guys going to think that I look like a hot mess? So, okay, today plans changed a little bit with just the situation going around our world today. So I'm still coming live to you on my page and Facebook and YouTube. Amy's going to be joining me because she's going to be showing some really cool things that she's doing with refashioning T-shirts. And so I'm still going to show off how to raise the shoulders and take in the top, lower the neckline. So you're still going to get a good tutorial. It's just we're not on the brother page today. So you might have seen their post. And I know a lot of you I saw a lot of comments last night of what's going on. So no, I didn't have surgery. Wynn's not back in the hospital. It's just life as it is right now. So I'm thinking of a lot of you, especially those that are in those areas that are having the big issues. So anyways, enough about that, because today I'm just trying to get your mind off things for 1 hour. And hopefully you'll get my mind off of things for 1 hour. So that's what we're here for. All right, so say hi. I see a lot of you rolling in. You can hear me okay, see me. We've got YouTube, we've got Facebook. So I haven't seen Amy yet. So I'll get started. And then when I hear Amy pop in, I'll bring her up. So by the way, oh, thanks, Cindy. This dress is the cover of it for the Shirley. So it's the Shirley top or the dress. I'm looking forward to wearing dresses one of these days, except I don't go anywhere yet. So, hey, Susan. All right, so why don't we get started on the T-shirts? So as you know, this whole week was supposed to be a theme of refashioning T-shirts. And Laura's stuff on Monday was so inspiring. So I thought I would give you a little more information on techniques of how to do this. So let's head over. Let me see if my camera's working over there. Oh, it sure is. That's a bonus. Must not be Friday. Oh, and the sewing machine's working. Yay. All right, so I'll meet you over there. And I can see your comments, so keep rolling in, say hi. And Maria, do I have the fabric from this dress? You know, I might. I have to look. I'll save you some if I do. All right, so let me just make sure my mic is on. Sorry, guys. Here we go. All right, so here's the T-shirt from Monday. If you missed that episode, you can go back and watch it. It was on Brother's Facebook page or YouTube page. So this is what we did Monday. We took in the seams, and then I showed you if you took it in more, you'd have to extend this line on the sleeve. So let me turn. I think it was this way that we had all of this. Can you see this okay, guys? Can you see that chalk mark? So I have pins in here right now. This was if you had to take in the shirt all the way up. How are you going to get that sleeve back in? Well, first of all, if you measure, I'm going to measure my shoulder real quick. I'm just going to use a tape measure. Now you can't see me doing that, but well, you might be able to if I get really low. Okay, my shoulder's 4.5 inches. This T-shirt, actually from the neck edge, is close to 7 inches. So I'm just going to average it out to, let's go with, I'm going to go, actually, I like this chalk mark right here where this is. That's 1 inch. Why don't we take this to the dress form? And let's do it that way, because then you'll see what I'm doing. I'm going to take these pins out, because this was from Monday's lesson. Now we're doing something totally different. On this side, I'm just going to cut off my sleeve on this side too. All right, let's go to the dress form. Okay, let's bring Shirley over here. Oh, thanks, Bonnie. You made my day, totally. All right. I know my head's cut off, but that's just because I can make you a little bit taller. Hold on. There we go. How's that? You can see all what I'm working on behind me. I've got all my couture jackets ready to go. I've got the red top, which we're going to have to wait to do now because we won't be doing that live tomorrow, but that's all right. You'll learn next week maybe. Okay, bring this in. Okay, here is my shirt. I took the sleeves off, but look at how low this goes. So some of you had asked, well, why are some sleeves a little bit more fitted than others? So let me just grab one of these sleeves and show you something. Look at the sleeve cap on this sleeve. See how low that is? Low and wide. So if you want something fitted like the sleeve that I'm wearing, this would be more, this would be taken in a little bit more, and the sleeve cap would be more pronounced. So let's raise these shoulders up a little bit. I know. Here we go. Do you notice how low this sleeve is, by the way? That's another thing. So when you start taking in the t-shirt, the more you take it in the side, the higher this will go. So there's certain things you can't do to the shirt, because if for some reason you can't get this any higher, you can't do a pronounced sleeve like I have on, because you would kind of have your sleeve attached way down here, which isn't going to work. But what I can do is raise the shoulders a little bit. I'm just going to cut up. I'm cutting maybe, I don't know, an inch off, something like that. And notice how when I come down around the front, I'm not cutting in, I'm just cutting off the shoulder. So just from here, up and around. Let's do this side. And then down. Nothing down here, because that's way too low. So the next thing I'm going to do is, because we're doing a different alteration than the other day, let's try this sleeve on and see how tight it is. Look, I've got a ton of room here. So I can just cut this open. Like that. And I'll bring this back to the table and show you something on this in a few minutes. But all right, what about the side seams? We took them in a little bit, but let's go back to the table and I'll show you that. But that's how you figure out how wide of a shoulder you want. So back to the table. Those scissors are bigger than you. I agree. Hi, Joanne. Good evening. Okay. Now, if you remember on Monday, we sewed in these seams, which I don't want those anymore. So I'm just going to cut that off. And will this shirt finish when I'm finished? I have no idea. But I'm just trying to show you a tutorial on this shirt. So if I have to add more to the side, I guess that'll be tutorial number 3, right? There we go. Okay. So now we have a front and a back. Now, what did I say about the sleeve if you took off that shoulder? Look at, now we don't have too much to combine the sleeve to. If I open the sleeve up, I'm going to cut off the seam allowance. Why? Because this was already so big, it really isn't going to matter one iota. Now look at this sleeve. See that sleeve cap? That's usually what you see with t-shirts. Like, compare it to my, let's see if I have my ruche tee here. Yeah. Compare this to my ruche tee. See the difference? That's a huge difference. Now, I could actually make the sleeve like that. I'm just worried if I do that, it's not going to fit into this area very well. So let me just walk this and see how much room we have. Well, I could get rid of some of this. Let's see how I've got extra room here. Why don't we do just a little bit of this? Front. I think my sleeve is balanced, so I'm going to leave this excess here, and I'm not going to cut just quite as much, but I am going to make the sleeve head just a little more pronounced. See the difference? Big difference. All right, let's do the same thing to the other sleeve. We have to have matching sleeves, right? I won't sew both of these with you here because you'd be bored, but I'll get you started at least. All right, cut up. I love these scissors. I know they're ginormous. It's your word for the day. Okay, looks pretty good. Now, we need to do something with this area here because you can't just attach a sleeve if there's no curve. Remember that mark where I said you have to have a little bit of a curve on the underarm? I mean, you have to figure your arm's going in there. So let's flip these over, make them even, and I'll just use the rotary cutter to even these out. Sound good? I'm going to bring it around this way. You can actually see my old chalk marks here. All right, where's the rotary cutter? I've been cleaning the office and I'm actually finding things way better than last week. All right, so it looks like I need to go in quite a bit. And okay, yes, I'm winging it and doing this because I've done this before, but see, that looks better like an armhole. If you're really concerned, just grab a different t-shirt and copy that curve. So it's a curve at the bottom. Just think your arm's going in here and this will go up to your shoulder and back around. Okay? Now, is this going to fit? The sleeve will probably be a little bit short, but that's okay because remember the t-shirt is huge. So let's go to the sewing machine. Well, actually, I can show you what I'm going to do. Why don't I pin it with you here? I think you can see better, right? All right, all right. I'm matching the crease with the shoulder seam. And I usually prefer, I mean, you can sew it either way. In fact, I'll sew this with the sleeve up, okay? So you'll be able to see it on the sewing machine. Just pin that in place here. Okay, see what happened here? We can't quite fit all this in. So we're going to be taking in that shirt quite a bit. But this shirt was quite large. So that's what I wanted to point out. If you alter the sleeve at all, or you cut the shoulder up, you're giving yourself more room on the shirt. So just make sure you don't take too much off. If you're worried, what you could do is cut a sleeve out of maybe an extra fabric that you have laying around in your stash and compare the fit that way. So now when I do that, guess what? I actually got rid of the entire curve that I was talking about. So let me see how much we have on here, if it's just straight up and down. No, there's still a curve here, just not as pronounced. So I think what I'll do, let's baste in one side and go to the dress form and see what it looks like. Sound like a plan? Okay. This is what we have so far. And again, I'm just using a t-shirt out of my stash, but this would be the same thing if you're trying to rehab like any shirt that you have. All right, that's going to look pretty good, I think. And I'm still going to have plenty of room to get that shirt on. Now, remember, if your t-shirt doesn't have a lot of stretch, don't take it in too much because you're not going to be able to get it over your head once you put it back together. So let's go back to the sewing machine. And this is the camera that doesn't like to behave sometimes, but it's not Friday. So, oh, there it goes. Hold on a sec. Let me just wiggle this cord a little bit. Better? All right, if it keeps blacking out, I'll change it. So, we're at the sewing machine. I'm just going to run a basting stitch to this because if I actually leave the shirt like this, I will go and use a serger. But I'll just use a basting stitch for now just to check the fit. Basting stitch, I have the needle in the center position and change the stitch length to 5.0. So I have the sleeve side up. I'm stitching, well, I don't know, maybe about a 1/2 inch seam allowance. I would definitely not need that much if I didn't want to. I could just use a 1/4 inch with the serger, but I'm just trying to make it so you can see it. And then we'll bring it back to the dress form. All right, so I sewed in my sleeve first, which is way easier than trying to fit it into the side. So there's my sleeve on. Now I'm going to take the shirt with right sides together. Actually, I'll take you back to the cutting table because I need to show you something. I don't think you'll see it from this table, so I'll meet you back over there. Deborah, how interesting. Yeah, I get, it's just one way to take it. There's many ways to do this. So now with my shirt right side together, I would have run that through the serger because you want to finish your edges. Now see how much we're taking out of the shirt? That's why I said you're going to have to make sure that this will work for you. So now I know that I have to at least take the shirt in that much because we're going to sew from here all the way down. But the shirt was quite large. Now, for example, if you have bigger hips, smaller waist, and a tiny top, you would take this in like this. Just follow along. See that? I didn't take any in from the bottom, but there's a lot of people I know that are a little bit bigger on the bottom, smaller on the top, and they're wondering, what if I buy shirts that fit down here, it's too big up here. Well, here you go. You leave it the same width at the bottom and then take it in up here where the sleeve is. Now I'm going to take it in just a little bit more for myself. There we go. And that's all you do. So now I will stitch from here all the way down in one long swipe. So let's see what that looks like. I'm just making sure you don't have any questions. Oh, I wondered how you fix that armpit. Yeah, Leslie, that's how you do that. But you have to make sure that the shirt is big enough that you can do that. And the hems are already hemmed. So because I cut this open, what I'm doing is I'm matching up the hem on both sides and on the sleeve too. So if I just stitch that, it'll be hemmed. I don't have to rehem it unless you want to. Oh, Jan, you're so cute. Can you use a t-shirt that fits as a pattern? Diane, that is a great idea. And absolutely, yes, you can. That's a great idea. Hi, Kay. So glad you made it. All right, I'm just making sure I'm not missing any questions before I keep going. The outfit you're wearing, did you use a cover stitch machine on the sleeve edge? Oh, yes. Can you see that? Well, it's hard to see because it's a print. But yes, I use the cover stitch. All right. Do you use a walking foot for knits? Jenny, I don't. I just sew. For knits, I usually will use a serger. If I'm using a sewing machine, I'll use a zigzag stitch. And for those of you that have never taken my knits class, I have, it's called Essential Guide to Sewing Knits. So I'm going to go sew this real quick, but I'll bring this up so if you want the link. If you go to academy.angelawolf.com, I think it's, here you go. That's the website. Essential Guide to Sewing with Knits. It's a very intense class, fun and intense, but it covers sewing knits with a sewing machine and a serger from A to Z. And I see many of you here are in that class, and many of you have given great reviews, which I appreciate. But you will learn everything about sewing knits, how I do it. And, remember, I used to sew for custom clothing, high end. So everything I show there is how I actually would sew garments for customers. All right, so let me go. Oh, thanks, Anne. I love my dress too. Let me go sew this for you so you can see this, and then I'll bring it back to the dress form, all right? Okay, now, again, I'm on a sewing machine. I'm just going to run a basting stitch, but if you were going to sew this with a sewing machine and not use a serger, you'd want to use a zigzag stitch. And I'll actually just do that on here so you can see what it looks like. I use a stitch width of about a 1.0 and a stitch length of, let's see what 3.0 looks like. And I'll show you why you would do this. Now, again, remember, I'm going to run this through a serger. But you're getting the idea. The serger is at a different table, and I didn't feel like moving it over. So you're going to get the sewing machine version. And you can see my needle's in the left position now, so I'm still sewing about a 1/2 inch seam allowance. You don't need that much, though. Remember, on a knit, you could even use just a 1/4. Oh, I think I hear Amy popping in, which is good timing because I'm just about finished. All right. Now, if you were using the sewing machine, you would want a back stitch. So see how this has, you can't tell this is a zigzag stitch, but if I go like this, it stretches just a little bit. So if you're using a really stretchy knit, you'd want to use maybe a 1.5 to 2.0 wide stretch. Now from the right side, it looks like this. See, we didn't have to rehem. We just matched up the hems. And let's check out the sleeve. Again, the same thing. And I'm using white thread, so you'd be able to see that. So let's go back to the dress form real quick, and I'll just show you what this looks like. And then I'll take a few more of your questions, and then we'll bring Amy up here. Okay, now I've only done one side, right? Just figured it'd be easier to show you this way. And I'll pin this so you can kind of get an idea of what this would really look like on somebody. Oh yeah, this shirt's gonna be way better. All right, let me find one more pin here. I'm just pinning this side in. Because what I'm gonna do when I'm not on camera with you, I'm gonna try the shirt on myself to make sure it fits good. But look at the difference. This is up higher here. It's a little bit slimmer through here. And look at the difference of the shoulder. See how it's nice and fits the shoulder? What a difference. So it went from kind of a sloppy, casual t-shirt to a little more fitted, cute t-shirt. I guess that's what you call it, if that's your flavor, you know? But that is super easy to do. And I didn't have to rip any stitches. Well, at least I didn't have to rip any because I didn't mess them up. But no ripping stitches. I just trimmed. A lot of the t-shirts only have like a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, if that even. Some are just like maybe barely just even smaller than that. Cut it off and you're ready to start. All right, so let's stick that there. That's the Heidi event, which has already moved to fall, by the way, in case you were wondering. So let me just make sure I don't have any questions, and then I'm going to bring Amy up here. Hi, Jody. Okay, how do you make... Oh, thanks, Terry. I like that shorter sleeve. It's kind of fun. And I could hem it shorter if I wanted to, but I think it'll be fine. Once you raise... Now, a couple of things. If you're going to take your shirt and raise it up on your shoulder, what's going to happen? It's going to be shorter. So if you're doing this to a long sleeve t-shirt and you're raising it up on your shoulder, remember, you're shortening the sleeve length. So if that's not what you want, that's not going to be good. It is like magic. Oh, Yvette, that's great. I cannot wait to see you in August. All right, I thought I saw, oh, somebody asked what machine I have. Yes, Susan, thank you. That's the machine I'm using. And I think there is the Essential Knits class, referencing the Sewing Knits Top class. It's, if you go to academy.angelawolf.com, it says Essential Guide to Sewing Knits. That's the one I'm talking about. And here's the website. So you'll see on academy.angelawolf, there's quite a few classes there. I'm putting all my classes in there, virtual classes, which are live, and then taped classes like the Essential Guide and the Fashion Sewing Club, which we'd love to have you there. Last month, we got a free leggings pattern, which will be up for everyone else here shortly. All right, I thought I saw a question, though, about sleeve length. Oh, thanks, Darlene. Well, maybe I missed it. If I missed your question, oh, here it is. Tammy, For chiffon, would that be a knit? Chiffon is not a knit. Chiffon usually is a polyester or a silk, which is a really thin fabric. So that would not be a knit. Not usually. But I mean, doesn't mean that there isn't one I haven't heard of yet. Thank you, Susan. Oh, hey, Sandy. I bought this fabric at Vogue Fabrics. And I think I have a little bit left. So I will go and check that out to see how many yards I have. I love this color, though. I think one of you had purchased this, too, but you can get it at Vogue Fabrics. Here it is. Bonita, how do you make a shirt smaller in the sleeves yet bigger in the sides? Exactly how I just showed you there. So if you wanted it smaller in the sleeves, you would take in that sleeve and then just keep angling out like I did when I cut that. So I hope that makes sense. Oh, I know. Okay. I use pins sometimes, but not so much. Okay. I'm going to bring Amy up if you guys are ready for that. I have a fabric store growing. I've actually gotten rid of quite a bit of fabric, Leslie. Oh, okay. So I think that's Amy down there. Let's bring Amy up. Hi, Amy.
Hi, everybody.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm just making sure there's not an echo. I just heard an echo. Let me make sure everybody can hear you good. You look fantastic.
Thank you. So do you. How's everybody in the group?
Everybody's doing good. We're excited to see what you're working on.
Oh, goodness.
So okay. For those of you that have not,
it's on the side.
For those of you that have not met Amy before, this is Amy. She was here. Were you here 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago? I can't even remember.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it all kind of blended in.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you have for us? Because your refashion things are so much fun.
Okay. Thank you. I have a couple things to show you guys today. So the first one is what I'm wearing. This is your ruche, not your ruche, this is your Delilah top.
Oh, yes, I recognize it.
Yeah. And I saw a picture of something like this in White House Black Market, where it had like off the shoulder and a bow on it. And I looked at it, I'm like, that's the Delilah top. So I got the pattern out and had some knit fabric in my stash. And the way I did it, I think it turned out pretty good. But the way I did it was I went ahead and sewed up the shoulders per the pattern and sewed up everything just per the pattern directions. And then laid it on a table and I just, you get backwards with the camera, cut off where I wanted to cut off on the open shoulder part. And then...
So did you cut, so you already sewed the whole top together?
Yeah, just without the collar.
Okay, without the collar. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Just so I had a starting point. And then I cut off like from here over to where I wanted it to fall on my shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
So it could have been lower, it could be higher, like whatever you'd want it to do. And then I just made a couple of ties and then sewed them in. So the way I did the neckline is I just turned it under about 1/4 of an inch and did the double needle, twin stretch needle underneath it.
Oh, that's cute.
Very fun.
Actually, I think I might have to do that. In fact, you know what you just made me think of? I think I would like to do that with the Delilah because I just saw a top on Pit. Oh, look at your dog.
Oh, hi, guys. Come here. You can say hello.
Hi there. But now you know what's going to happen. The UPS guy's going to come and the Ring doorbell's going to go off, of course. Okay, so I would love, what a great idea. And I just saw a top similar to that, to the Delilah. I never even thought of using the Delilah for this, where it was cut lower and it had lace going like from here up as like a insert. That would be perfect with that.
That would be great. The only thing I had to do different was once this was cut off on the shoulder, this part hung lower.
Okay.
So I just had to go in and just serge this up a little bit because otherwise it was hanging way down here. It was lopsided. So that's just one adjustment I had to make.
Well, that's not bad. We can handle that.
We can handle that. That's easy. But yeah, I hope to make a couple more. I was looking in my closet. I'm like, I don't have that many cute short sleeve shirts besides just T-shirts. So I wanted to try it out.
That's very fun. Okay, so I see a ton of comments on here. I think that people are going to start trying that one. I like that.
Well, if anyone needs any help, send me a message and I'll walk you through what I did and tell you what's wrong, and then you can try it out.
Oh, Melody said she has bad weather down there. Sorry. Oh,
I
hey,
know,
Joey.
it's you're raining. Oh my goodness. I hate to tell you, it's actually beautiful here in West Michigan today, which I know you know, Angela, but the sun's out and it's just gorgeous day.
Oh, it's not here.
Right.
West Michigan, I'm sending you some rain because that's what I have right now. Okay, so what else? You sent me some really cute photos. Can I bring a couple of these up?
Yeah, and then I'll show you a couple t-shirt refashions that I worked on.
Oh yeah, show me those first and then I'll bring these up.
So I had a few t-shirts that I wanted to play around with and show you guys some ideas. So the first one is this black t-shirt, and I promise I won't knock her over today like I did 2 weeks ago. But this t-shirt that I had, and I saw someone was playing around with scarves and adding to the t-shirts. So this is just a long scarf, and all I did was cut the t-shirt diagonally down to where I wanted it, and then sew the scarf around it so that I can make a tie right there.
Oh, that's cute.
Pretty cute. But I'm sure if you guys are like me, like you have a ton of scarves laying around that you never wear. So it's just a sheer, kind of makes it dressy. It might be cute with leggings or skinny jeans or something like that to dress it up a little bit. But that was an easy refashion for an old t-shirt that you might have.
That is so simple, but what a difference that makes. I mean, that is a completely different restyle. And I've seen tops like that at stores. You pay a ton of money for those, and that's so simple.
Yeah.
So is there anything special when you cut it on the angle like that where, it's kind of stretches? Is there anything special you had to do when you were sewing that together, or you just serged it and it was fine?
I just serged it, but you might have some suggestions for me, because since it's knit going to like a polyester sheer,
right?
You can tell that it's a little bubbly. So I don't know what I would have done differently.
You know what? I cannot tell that it's bubbly from here. That's for sure.
Okay.
I was just curious because one thing when I have attached, so this might be a tip, I don't know. I was just kind of thinking when you cut something on the bias, so now you have a knit and you're cutting it on the bias. So that's a double weird stretch, which can be really tricky. So, one thing I was thinking is you could gather the fabric first with the basting stitch to hold it together. So when you attach it, it wouldn't stretch out. That's one thing.
Gather the scarf part?
No, gather the knit.
Gather the knit. Okay.
So hold the knit together as you attach the scarf. So the scarf wouldn't actually stretch the knit out as you're sewing.
Okay.
But other than that, I think, well, from here, it looks great. So
yeah, I like it. That's cute. So that's an easy one. If you have old t-shirts and scarves laying around, just play around with them.
So can I see that side seam again? Did you just leave it hanging open with the scarf?
Right now it's hanging open, but my intent is to, can you see that okay? Just loosely tie it.
That looks great.
Do like a little loose, but you could leave it open. You could tie it. You can put a bow there, like whatever you wanted to do. So this was just a long scarf, not a square. It was like a big rectangle.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So I see a couple comments about stay tape, and the only reason I would probably not use stay tape, just FYI, is because it's a t-shirt and you're gonna have to pull it over. So if the stay tape is there, it stays in there, and the shirt kind of drips beautifully. So if you have stay tape, it's going to stay there, and it could actually stretch it out a little bit, because if your see how that t-shirt is a little bit bigger, it'll drape. If you have stay tape, it'll kind of stick out like
that would look funny, because it's very fitted on me here.
Yeah.
And it sticks out some.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Plus, you have a little bit of a hard time getting it on and off if it's a bit top and you have stay tape, and then you can't get it over your shoulders.
Right.
Oh God. Oh, what else you got back there?
What I'm working on is this blue one. And this was a white t-shirt to start with. And I have to show you guys something funny. This lace was a white curtain in the house that we bought a year ago. So this was a curtain hanging over this lady's kitchen window, and it was white. And we took it down. I'm like, wow, that is just horrible. And I was getting ready to throw it out. And I'm like, wait, I could probably do something with it. So I dyed it blue. And I'm totally open for suggestions of what to do with it. Like maybe it could be on a sleeve for a jean shirt.
Oh.
maybe something could be like attached to a waist. I don't know.
That's so cute. All right, Wolfpack, give her some advice. What can we do with this beautiful lace? I love that color though.
I know.
I could totally see that as sleeve.
Dying, but I dyed it.
It's beautiful. Does it match the other top you have sitting there, by the way?
Yes. So this was a white shirt. And so this is my first attempt at like scrunching tie-dye. So I did the scrunching tie-dye in the same color as the lace. So what really I do is cut off some of the flowers of that lace and sew them onto the t-shirt.
Oh, what a great idea.
Yeah. And then I cut off the fabric on the back of it so that right around the flower would be a little see-through.
Oh, that's very cute.
So that's very fashionable. And I did one on the back.
That's really cute.
Yeah.
And t-shirts won't fray, so if you cut away that fabric for that lace, it'll just pop through and it'll look great.
Yeah, hopefully so. So I don't know if I want to do more or just stick to the two of them, but I think I just like the two of them.
Everyone says that's a good sleeve or a good color on you too.
Thanks. So that was a pretty easy t-shirt refashion. Not too bad. Good. I have to show you. I'm on the fence about. So you'll have to tell me how to make this better. But this is a long sleeve t-shirt.
Okay.
And I think I just got it at Walmart or something. So I cut off the long sleeves and I sewed a couple denim sleeves, cap sleeves on the side.
Those are cute. And
I put a couple of your embroideries right on that one.
Oh, I recognize those.
Yeah. In the same color. So I put it on and I like it on the hanger. I love it on me because I don't know if that stiff of a denim is working too well against this, or maybe this shirt. I wish this shirt was bigger so that like when I put it on, this part of the sleeve was kind of hanging up here and it just wasn't laying really right. So I don't know if it's a bad combination of fabric to use or what. We cut this to be a full sleeve all the way around. And I think talking about this where the sleeves were too tight. They would have been too tight around my arm. Right. So that's why I turned it into a cap sleeve.
I love that sleeve though. I mean, it looks great on the hanger.
Yeah. I mean, I'll wear it. It's just not a perfect fit. It's a little odd.
So is your shoulder then too high on you now? Is that the problem, or is it too low still? Like when you put it on?
I put it on, the cap sleeve was starting a little bit high on my shoulder.
Okay.
And then just the way it was laying was just not natural.
Interesting. Gosh, what could you do?
I'll wear it for summer. It's all right. The colors are cute.
The colors are very cute.
And I always like denim, as you know. So
I love
the denim accent. I'm pretty happy about.
I actually love that cap sleeve. That's such a cute style because I've been trying to go through some of my tops, and almost everything I have is either a tank top to wear under a sweater or something like that. But sometimes I like to cover this part, especially if I'm going to be here live. And so I love that though. So this part will still be cute like a tank top, and I like that top. I see. What about, Cindy says, what about a peekaboo shoulder sleeve? Oh, if you cut off just this little top part just a little bit, then the shoulder will go up and that will go down.
So like right around there?
So you would right here. So if you took this part of your shirt, if you opened your shirt and sleeve like just from here, maybe down 4 inches, then this would let your shirt kind of relax. So this would probably go higher. And then that would hang down a little bit right on your sleeve.
I like it. That's a great idea.
And then it won't matter that this is a little high. What a great idea.
And that'll keep it from looking like it's pulling each other.
Right.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Thank you.
I knew somebody would help you.
So those are t-shirt refashions that I've been working on.
Oh, Peggy's like, try it on.
I don't know. I will.
You can add a zipper to the sleeve to loosen the shoulder. Oh yeah, that's what Laura had, was some zippers on hers. Those were very cute.
Have one like coming from up here down.
Yeah.
All right. I'll play around with it.
Sharon says you cut a V in the back. I was thinking that actually that was a great idea, Sharon. I was thinking that you cut a V in the back, it would loosen it out a little bit, but then the fit might get really wonky. Let's see what else. Everybody says so cute. Very fun. Okay, so I got to bring up some of your photos here. Hold on a second. These were way too cute.
It's definitely fun to play around with different things. And you have to realize if you're going to play around with an old t-shirt or try a refashion, not everything's going to work like you have maybe thought about it in your head, as you know.
Yeah.
When it comes to the final result. But I think you just can't be afraid and just go for it if you have something in mind.
This one is really cute. What is that?
That was my big French Mastiff, Ginger. So that one we did when I was in Florida, and bought this big dress at a thrift store and knew I wanted to do something with it. So if you can see down on the bottom part of the hem, is where the embroidery detail is. So I made that the waist.
Oh yeah, up here.
Yeah. And then just took it all. I think this is probably one of my first refashion of dresses, but just took it all down to fit me, made it short. I added a side zipper down below the sleeve because I needed to be able to get to it.
That's cute.
Pretty fun. And it's just a denim.
Susie says, oh yeah, I just had a few fails. All right, so I think there's a couple more here. Just to give you guys a little more inspo, because these were really cute. I just have to remember what page they're on. One moment.
Okay.
Oh, this one I love. I think I remember seeing this maybe in the Fashion Sewing Club, but all right, let me see if I can share this. Okay, check this out. Actually,
this is my favorite.
Your dress form is so cute. Anyways, it looks like this should be like in a boutique sitting in the window.
Yeah, for sale somewhere.
Okay, so how did you do this?
Do you have the before picture too?
Oh, is that on there? Hold on, let me look.
I think so.
Oh, wait, wrong screen. Hold on a second.
What's everybody else working on? Besides the couture jackets. I've been loving seeing everyone's tweed and lining combinations. Oh my gosh, there's some beautiful things out there.
Aren't they gorgeous? Oh gosh.
Yes.
Amy, this was the before. I missed that.
Wowzer. I bought this at a thrift store for I think $3. I knew the fabric was kind of fun and different, and it's nothing special at all. It's just like a polyester kind of mix of a fabric. But I thought it was kind of cute, and so I got it home and I looked at it for probably a month before I decided what I wanted to do. So I knew I wanted to do a sundress out of it and take the bottom part that was black and make that the hooded top, and then take the printed part and make the skirt out of it.
That's very cute. Let me bring the other one back up real quick so you guys can see. So this was the before, which is really funny. And here's the after, which is like, whoa.
Yeah, a big difference. So the top part of it is was the bottom part of the dress, and all of that from the top to the waist is shearing.
Oh, I love that.
So I sheared for probably, I don't know, an hour a day for a few days. It's just stretch it and just pull over my head, and then gathered up the skirt part of it to make the skirt, and added some straps, adjustable straps, and there it is. So
that is awesome.
That was a fun one to make. I think that was probably my favorite one.
Everybody's saying, "Oh my gosh." I agree, totally.
Transformation.
Cindy wants to know how you did your shearing. Did you do it with a scissor or sewing machine?
I did it with my sewing machine, and I used the elastic thread, or the stretchy thread.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, you put this in your bobbin. So you have to, well, Brother is a little bit different. You can't just put the bobbin in the machine like a normal bobbin thread. You have to take the plate off of the whole bottom thing to get to the bobbin and like stick it in and manually pull your elastic thread through the little catch thing. Not to get too detailed because I don't have
Detail. I like your description too.
yeah. So the elastic thread goes in the bottom in the bobbin, and then you're just using whatever normal thread you would use on the top. And then I think I probably changed the stitch length to 3.5 or 4, maybe a little bit longer to make it work. So it's bobbin goes quick when you're doing it. So I probably went through 3 or 4 of them to do that dress.
Okay, so here's something. When I would do shearing, which actually you just gave me a great idea because I haven't done this in so long. I used to do that. I would take a piece of silk, almost like a scarf like what you have, and sew it into a tube, maybe about this long. It would be about twice my width, and I would do shearing all the way around it and use it as a bathing suit cover-up, which was awesome. I think I need to do that. But what did you do when you were combining from where you'd have to stop and then go to the next stitch? Would you just do a back stitch, or did you tie your elastic onto the back?
I tied it.
Tied it, yeah.
Because a couple of them I did the back stitch, and then I would look at it and I could tell it wasn't, maybe it wasn't secure enough. So I would tie it. Yeah.
That's what I ended up having to do too. It looks great though. Everybody's saying awesome. Joanne says you're harvesting fabric. And let's see. Oh, Jan wants to know, how long have you been doing these wonderful things?
Probably the refashion stuff, maybe just a couple years, 2 or 3 years. And I haven't done that many, but just a few here and there.
Very cute. Did you hand wind the bobbin or do it by machine?
Yes, I hand wind it.
Big question. Okay, so I actually do mine. I've done both, but I actually do mine by machine. But here's a tip if you're going to do it by machine. You have to wind slowly, really slowly. And you're stretching the elastic just a little bit as it goes, just a little bit. If you go too much, it doesn't work. So winding it by hand is a safer route if you've never done it. But
I tried it by machine and I wasn't doing it right, so I just hand wound it. It doesn't take too long to do.
It's not too bad.
No, you just slightly pull it as you're going around.
Awesome. Well, thank you for all the inspiration, Amy. This was so fun.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, so we're that was our big t-shirt thing for today. Our one tomorrow we won't be doing, for those of you wondering. But this was a lot of fun. And so if the brother shows don't go back on before next week, I will do this red top behind me. Did you see this one, Amy, when I showed it on Monday?
No, I did not.
This is what you call a zero waist. I made it from scratch, but you could actually do a t-shirt. But it's a zero waist, meaning there's not one piece of fabric that was thrown away. It was all used on this shirt. So it's basically a rectangle. And there's some elastic ruching here.
Okay.
Some elastic ruching here. And it's kind of like a Delilah, but not really. It's actually a rectangle. So you could do this out of a scarf or something like that. So
that's gorgeous.
I'll be doing that next week. And I got to throw it in the wash so I can wear it.
That's really funny.
I know. Everybody's saying thank you for your ideas. And now everybody's going to go through their t-shirts. I cannot wait. We should maybe do a challenge on this because this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Everyone has fashion t-shirts that they don't wear. So go through them. Go play. Have fun.
Very much fun. Well, Amy, thank you again. And I'll see you in the couture jacket class or fashion sewing club, whichever one comes first this week. I can't remember. All right, see ya.
Bye.
That was so much fun. Did you mean zero waste? Okay, Melissa, it's called zero waste, as in zero, zero waste, W-A-S-T-E. As in zero wasting fabric. You don't waste any fabric on that top. Actually, we kind of match pretty good, don't we? Yeah, but I like what you're thinking. And thanks, guys. So yeah, today went by super fast. I cannot believe that. Waste or waste, Julia. W-A-S-T-E. That's it. So I'll just make sure you don't have any questions before I go. We have couture jacket class is rolling along. We've been doing some fitting. You can see my jackets behind me cut out and ready to get quilting. And Fashion Sewing Club, we have another meeting this week, which is really fun. I'll put a link up here for those. Some of you had said you didn't know what the website is. So let's see. It's in here somewhere. And you can always message me if you have questions. So that is the blog if you're looking for the blog. And just looking for it's here it is. Here you go. There's the Fashion Sewing Club. Oh, thanks. I like the red color too. And yes, you can always watch the replays. Marcy, my brother has they're not going to post social for a few days, just with all of everything going on. You can see there's a message on their website. So it had nothing to do with us or you, or it's kind of has to do with everybody. All right. You know what, Michael? I don't know if Emily is on today, but if she is, it'll be on her page as I'm on my page today. So you might want to check it out. If she is, it'll be at 3 o'clock. So Fashion Sewing Club, we have a get together. I think it's tomorrow. And that's always fun. It's a live Q&A with a smaller group, and we're working on some fun projects. So, all right, you guys, have a wonderful day. Great to see you, and we'll be in touch. See ya.